want to look at our rear tire, folks?
See if it's making contact and spinning, or
so that we can see where it's making contact, possibly? Exactly. I do not want my sidewall of the tire making contact with rocks if I can help it. Because why? What is the sidewall on our tire? The weakest point of our tire is the sidewall. It's thinner than the tread. So if I come to a rock and it needs to be climbed, I'm going to put my tread on that rock to help me climb up that instead of that sidewall. Some models will also have, which I do not believe this one does because I do not feel it, but our camera system will have a camera right here that will also give us a side view of the front two tires as we're going through there. It is an option you may have to purchase with the Bronco. If we don't have the camera system on the vehicle, then what are we doing? We're relying on our eyes. I'm going to be able to see that definition with my eyes. The camera does not show that. So just keep that in mind. It's great to have to help you, but don't start relying on it and become camera focused while we're driving, just staring down at that camera. So how do we get our vehicle in low range? Foot is on the brake, transmission into neutral. Press 4L. In our goat mode dial, round dial in the center, we have 5 buttons. 2 high, 4 low, 4 auto, and then in the center, trail control or one pedal drive. One pedal drive comes in with our motor. Depending on which motor we have, we will have one pedal drive. They all have trail control. So if you go into neutral there, you press 4L, you got low range.
Oh, let's go on the
all right, so we're ready now. We're ready to go. What we're going to do here, notice that extra torque already. As soon as he went into drive, that vehicle's ready to go, right? So we've driven our Bronco, it's in low range, and we have to stop on the trail. What are we doing now with a parking procedure? Are we just throwing that vehicle into park and...
You're taking it out of low.
No, actually we can leave it in low. That's not a big deal. If we're staying on the trail, we want to stay in that low range, so I'm fine with that. But what we want to do is low gear in our transfer case is giving us what? That extra torque. So our drivetrain right now then is what?
it's under pressure.
It's under pressure. It's sort of in a bind. So we need to release that. How do we do that?
Put it neutral.
Before we even do that, we want to reach down, and I want to open this door just to show you this. We don't need to jerk it up like the old parking brakes with a cable. We've had a few of those ripped out of the dash. We want to keep as many of them as possible. So 2 fingers, gently pull it up. Go ahead and do that for me. We're still in drive. Parking brake is now applied. What you will do next?
Neutral.
Put it in neutral. Once it's in neutral, you take your foot off of the brake. Transmission in neutral, foot off the brake. What happened there? Not a big difference, but the vehicle did what? It sort of sat down. It just said, oh, I can relax. I don't have that strain or that built up pressure from that drivetrain torque there. Then, what I'm going to do is put my foot back on the brake and go back into park. That is our parking brake procedure. So while we're driving, we come to a stop. Vehicle is still in drive, our foot is on the brake. We reach down, pull on the parking brake, put our transmission into neutral, remove our foot from the brake, let the vehicle relax. Then we put our foot back on the brake, put the vehicle back into park. That's our parking procedure. Why are we doing that, folks? Has anybody ever seen the inside of an automatic transmission? Seen what a parking pawl looks like that actually holds the vehicle? It is a pin about this big. That is all that is holding our vehicle when we put it in park. Well, that may be fine when we're on flat paved ground. We're off-road, we have hills, angles, all of that stuff. So we want at least 2 steps of safety there. Our parking brake, then that parking pawl is there to hold us. There may also be a time that we use 3 steps. We'll talk about that in a little another minute. Now that we know that procedure, we're good to drive because we know how to stop our vehicle and how to drive off of the vehicle, right? Absolutely. Straighten those tires out, come on up.